Hello. Today I would like to present you a simple script that is working in Linux command line. And the first script is taken from my website, so you will be able to see how it is working. And the other three are just repositories on GitHub. So first two are using ChatGPT, and the third one is using Bing Chat, and I will explain how to implement it quickly. Okay, so let's switch to the website. So first of all, we need to create a script, and it's a Python script. So what we have to do is just you need to perform a few things. So first of all, you need to sign up to OpenAI website, and after that, you need to create a new secret key. When you will create it, you have to type the name of the key, and then it will generate it for you. So you have to copy it to the, I don't know, some text file to the notepad, for example, just because then you will not be able to edit it anymore. And, all you can do it after that is the option to just edit the name and nothing more. So it's important to copy the key, or eventually you will have to generate a new one. Anyway, after that, what you have to do, you need to install at least Python 3.8 at least, because OpenAI package, this one, requires Python 3.8 at least, or you can install 3.9, for example. And then you can install it this way, and then you have to install the OpenAI. Why? Because to use this secret key, to use this API key, and I will present it later how to implement it, you require this package, right? So without this, you will not be able to use this API key and to actually make it work. Okay, so let's switch to the CLI. First of all, what you have to do is just to install the Python 3, and in my case, first of all, check the version of the operating system, right? So then if you know what you are doing actually, so which operating system you are using, so you have to install, in my case, it's a Ubuntu, so it's a Debian family, apt install Python 3 and Python 3 pip. So I already installed it, but this is the way you have to install it. Then pip3 version should display the version of the pip3, or you can also use the pip3, no, this one, sorry, pip version, right, this one. Okay, so you can see both commands are actually using the same package. Okay, so the next step is actually quite easy, to pip or pip3 install OpenAI, right? So it will install it, and that is all. So next step is to create a Python script. So vi chatGPT pi, and you can see the script is already there. So I will not focus on the script because it's quite easy and you can understand it easily by actually analyzing it on my website. Then what you have to do is just to create a simple bash script that is entering the home directory and running the ChatGPT pi script, the Python script, right? So after that, what you have to do, you need to just modify plus x and ChatGPT, right? sh and ChatGPT UI, right? This one. So because you need this file to be executable, that is okay. And at the end, you need to add something like that. I will put it here. You need to add to bash rc or vsh rc file the variable. The variable is quite simple, and I'm going to switch to the website to explain it. Here we go, and you can see this is it. This is the variable export OpenAI API key equals, and here instead of your API key, you need to put your key that you generated previously. That's it, and you then copy the one line open the bash rc or the HRC file, and by nano or using vi or vim, go to the end of the file and put this line at the end of the file, save the file, and then use the command source vsrc. So like in my case, I'm going to use it, and like that, and here we go, like that, right? And here we go, that's all. And then now you can be sure that the package OpenEye is using this variable OpenEye API key actually from this file, and you will be able to run it. So let's do it. Let's just run the chatgpt sh, and now you can see this is the beginning of your chat with AI. I mean, this is my text to text it, type exit. Okay, so what is the meaning of life, for example? And you have to wait a little bit longer, and I hope it will answer the question, and I will be able to get this information on the screen. So yeah, that is okay, and I can see that there's an answer on the screen. Simple as that. Please remember the ChatGPT is only a large language model, so it depends on what kind of data it is learned by developers. This is the crucial step, and the next step is actually very complex, but I will try to simplify it. I mean, they are using algorithms from the, for example, Boolean logic, De Morgan laws, and gradient descent, approximation from statistics, etc., etc. And it looks like each word is changed. I mean, not changed. To each word, the unique token, I mean, it's a kind of, I can call it hash, something like that. And the unique value, numerical value is assigned, right? So I will explain later in a moment why. Then it's trying to just assign a proper weight, a proper importance to each word. I mean, trying to understand the context and which words are more important than the others. And you can see, for example, if you are using the ChatGPT and you will ask the complex question, you will type the complex question, complex prompt, and then you can see that the ChatGPT, the chat ping is using only few words. For example, you're trying to install Docker, and you will ask how to install Docker in, for example, Debian 11, and it will look for the few words only. Install Docker Debian 11, and those 4 words are the most important and have the highest weight, right? This is how Kruskal algorithm is working. Gradient distance, if I remember correctly, Monte Carlo, and other algorithms that actually are using weight. Then after, I mean, how is the next step working? Actually, after that, when you have weight and you know which words are most important, it's creating a vector. So it exactly knows which words to take and which are the most important to search through the database and return the result. So please remember that sometimes, you know, it has a database only to the September 2021. So it doesn't know the current facts. So for example, it has probably no idea that the Queen Elizabeth is dead, just like that. And yeah, it's a sad information, and it's pity. But yeah, this is a limitation. So, for example, if you will ask for something that is, you know, how to explain it, connected with something new, actually, then it will try to hallucinate. It can get facts that are not true, and this is something bad, actually, and that is why it's hallucinating. It's trying to give you the best answer as it is possible because it's written away, but it cannot, just because of this limitation. Okay, so, okay, yeah, why it's returning false? because it's a generative model, right? So it's trying to generating something new based on what it already has, what it's already learned. This is the way it is working. So that is why it is lying sometimes, and it is returning bad results. So you need to be conscious of this, and that is why be careful, because it's not perfect. So you need to be an expert in some area, right? You need to verify the answer from ChatGPT. If you are using only a ChatGPT, you need to verify it. That's it. This is it. Okay, so let's switch to another source, another tool actually. So that is located in GitHub. And here we go. There are two for ChatGPT. The first one is a shell GPT. So author didn't mention that you need Python 3.8, PIP, Python 3 PIP, and OpenAI installed through the PIP. But if you are careful and you have all this information on my website, so first install it, and after that you can install the command pip install shell GPT. So you can, in my case, I can use pip or pip3 install shell GPT. So I will just copy it, put it into the CLI, and I will be able to proceed with the installation. So here we go. It's satisfied. That is okay. And then we can, for example, use this example from the website. So I will put it here, and you can see like that. But I will try to use this one. Yeah, and you can see the default location is, in my case, here in etc nginx directory. So because it recognized my operating system, my version of the operating system I'm using. So that is it. And of course you can use something else, like, I don't know, mass of the sun. So like this one, for example. And you can see it's not waiting for the next question, but you need to type each time the GPT and the prompt. So not very nice, but it's working right. Okay, so the next actually repository is this one. It's called TGPT, and it's installed a little bit different, because what you have to do, you just need to copy this line you can see below, right? This is it. And after that, what you have to do, actually, what you need is just go to the CLI, right? I'm going to switch, and you need to put this script inside your CLI, right? This one. Okay, so I'm going to install it. It's downloading. And now if I will run tgpt and h, it will display the information about the usage. So for example, I would like to use it. So let's see. I will ask the same question, and I will clear the screen. TGPT, what is the purpose of life? And you can see it's answering the question. So actually, this is the way it did it, and you can see the same way as GPT working. I will use it. What is the purpose of life? And I will do the comparison, and you can see only there is the text is purple. So, and I will use also the ChatGPT SHMI, and also here without this, and just simple as that. What is the purpose of life? I suppose that this way is much more convenient, actually. But you wait a little bit longer in my case, so because it's using my API. Oh, that is okay. And each time, of course, TGPT, GPT, and my script and the ChatGPT SH, they are using all the time the same API key. Okay, so exit. And now the last one is the chat being actually using the edge. So I'm going to switch to this one. this is the ChatGPT. So as you can see, this guy wrote the proper requirement, Python 3.8, Microsoft account with access to the Bing.com chat optional. Why? Just because if you are logged in, you have 20 prompts per 3 hours, if I remember correctly. And if you are not logged in, by default, you have only 5 prompts for free per 3 hours, something like that. If you need a required in a supported country or region, Chinese mainland VPN required, for example, sometimes, but not in this case. I'm going to exactly explain how to install it, and what you have to do, you just need to copy this line, and not even this one, just this one in my case, but yeah, it's more convenient to use it with the Python. So here we go, and let's do it. And just like that, or if you want to be sure on PIP3 in my case, it's good to go. And here we go, it's already done. How to use it. Okay, so you're curious about this, but the guy already experimented with this, and he already mentioned how to use it. And actually, not so bad. So we can just ask it for the help, and you can see it with info. So if you will use this way, and you will use the cookie file, cookie JSON. What you have to do, actually, I'm going to explain this now. So he explained this. You need to open the Bing.com chat. The best option is to log in with your Microsoft account, or eventually, if you don't want to use Edge, you can use something like extension for the browser for the Chrome or Firefox. It's called User Agent Switcher and Manager. So this way you can fool the Microsoft and actually the Bing.com, the Bing search, that you're using the Edge, but in fact you're not using Edge, but you're using Chrome or Firefox. Then, if you did it, you have to go to Bing.com chat, and if you have a Microsoft account, you can log there. And it's good to have the extension, and it's a required extension for Chrome or Firefox, and it's called Cookie Editor. So first of all, that is why this way is the best option. The first, install the user agent feature, pull the Bing.com that you're using from Edge. Of course, install the extension, and after that, if you will go to the Bing.com, and I will open it to try to see this. I'm not logged in because I don't care about this anymore. And here is the cookie editor, and here export and export as JSON. Cookie is exported to clipboard as JSON. That is all. And I already did it. So what I did, I just opened the file that is called cookie JSON, right? And after that, it is located actually in my home directory. So all the content that is exported to JSON, I just did the vim cookie JSON. I just paste the, you have to paste the content that is already copied to the clipboard, and paste it into the file, save the file, and after that, just use this way, Python 3 having dash m, ChatGPT cookie file, cookie JSON, or you can eventually do this way by home, your username, if you prefer that, sorry. And you can also use this way, this approach, or eventually you can use it this way. It doesn't matter actually, but I'm already in the home directory, so I will use it this way, right? And after that, it is explaining you how to use it. So you type the question, what is the meaning of life, right? Then in my case, it's escape, enter, or alt enter, depends on the CLI you're using. Actually, then the bot is trying to answer the question. And if you want to exit, just type exclamation mark exit. That's it. You can see Bing chat is answering. Lovely. It's difficult. And you have, if you will type exclamation mark, you have a drop down list, so you can use help, exit, or read it. I'm going to exit. Okay, so this is the way you can use it, and that's it. I'd like to explain more about the chat Bing, but it's a really complex tool because it's using not only the actually ChatGPT from OpenAI, because they signed a contract and they cooperate together now. But also in the beginning of 2023, right? 2023, it was, I don't know when it was, in January, I don't know, I will have to check it when exactly they signed the contract. Anyway, $10 million, I don't remember it, something like that. It's a huge, a lot of money. Anyway, why? Just because the whole infrastructure requires money, actually, and I will explain it in a separate totally thread. I will record another tutorial about this, and I will explain why it is needed, so and how the infrastructure actually looks like. But I would like to explain a few things how chat Bing is working actually, because it's not only using the actually ChatGPT, but it's also using models like, for example, Prometheus, but also it can be, it is possible, and that it will have an access to those models that are open, like ChatGPT. If, for example, Codex from OpenAI, right? So this is something, this is a tool that you can ask for simple tasks. I'm talking about the programmatic tasks, like it's understanding languages like Python, for example, JavaScript, and others. Actually, you can check this in Wikipedia, how many languages Codex is supporting. And you need to know that also Wojciech Zaremba, if I remember correctly, this guy is responsible. I will look for from OpenAI. I just would like to share this information because this is information that is important for me, actually, because he's my compatriot. Yeah, and he's a Polish computer sciences founding actually team member of OpenAI, and this guy is exactly working, and he leads both the Codex research and language teams. But actually, you can here see what Codex actually is, and if you will go here, you can see that it's supporting Go, JavaScript, Perl, PHP, Ruby, Shell, Swift, and TypeScript is most effective in Python. There is also interesting information about those language models, so I'm going to look for this in a moment. Just give me a second and I will find it. This one, yeah, I just would like to share this information about these large language models. So you can see the biggest one is the Chinese Wudao 2.0. It has 1.750 billion parameters. So it's the biggest one. So here you can see the ChatGPT 4, and here is the ChatGPT 3 model, right? And here is the Codex, yeah, this one from OpenAI, and only 12 billion parameters. So, but not so bad. And I'm not sure, just because I don't know with which exactly those large language models Chat Bing is able to cooperate with. Yeah, so, but I suppose with some of them for sure. GPT-4, and there is also Prometheus. It's a LLM model from Microsoft. I don't know is it here because I don't see it here. I'm not sure is it able to look for. I will try to type it. Prometheus. But I don't know will it be able to find it. Prometheus. I don't see it, to be honest. But it's good to ask. Oh, wait. we can ask this. So if we have this, so we can try to do this, but we will use the, this one. And I can try this, please. Describe, Prometheus model and compare it to GPT-4 model. And what is the difference between the transformer model and large language model? And here we go. We will see is it able to answer the question. It should be. So then we can figure it out. Exactly, you can see the answer. So here we go. So you can have the information. The Prometheus model is a new language model that was introduced by Salesforce in 2021. It is a transformer-based model that uses a novel training method called contrastive learning to improve its performance, and the model has been trained on a large corpus of text data and shown impressive results on various natural languages processing tasks. So you have also the links. So those links is a grounding process. I mean, the information is it's making a comparison, and it's checking all the indexed content by Bing, and it's trying to to give you the real examples and the real answer, that it's not lying and it's telling you the truth. And you have the information, you have the comparison, and you have the confirmation, and you have those URLs, so you can read it and you can exactly be sure that the information he returned is true. It's not a fake news. So this is very important. And this is the grounding. The Prometheus model is performing a grounding. And now you can see the GPT-4 is not yet released, but he doesn't know that it's released already. And however, it's expected to have 100. This is the old information, right? And you can see the information about the transformer model, what it exactly is. It's a neural network architecture that was introduced by Vaswanti in 2017. Deep learning was invented in 2017. So it is based on the self-attention mechanism. This is exactly the self-attention I was talking about weight, right? That it is assigning a proper value, and if something is more important, then the value is higher. I'm talking about words, that one word in the sentence is more important than the other. And this is the self-attention mechanism. And it allows the model to attend to different parts of the input sequence when computing the output sequence. So Prometheus is actually a transformer. It's not a large language model. So if it's telling you that this is a large language model, no, it is not. It's a transformer. And of course, there are other information how everything is working. So ChatGPT is only a part of Bing Chat. I mean, it's using it, but not only. It's using Prometheus to make a comparison. So, for example, asking ChatGPT, it returns the result, and Prometheus is checking the result from ChatGPT, for example, and it's checking, is it hallucinating, is it telling you the truth, or is it are there misleading facts that he's checking in the index, and he's making a comparison, and if the facts are not true, so it's trying to checking in the index, and okay, I have the real information, and ChatGPT is lying, so it's changing in the background the context, so it didn't even display the information from the ChatGPT if the answer is wrong, but instead it is giving you the proper information based on the indexed content of the internet, of the actually Bing search engine. So this is how it is working. However, probably it will be able to communicate also in the future with Palm 2 and this model. So browser, this one. So it's from Google. This is the Palm. 540 billion parameters. Palm 2, 540. Not, but you can see trained on 100 languages and 20 programming, and there is no information about training in case of Palm, but Palm 2 will be probably, or it is, I don't know, already connected to the BARD. If not, it will be sooner or later, but I think sooner than later. And also probably other, I don't know, WebGPT maybe, GPT-3, for example, probably some of those models are already connected with ChatBing, and it is able to connect with it, ask it, and even probably in the future it will be able to ask few models, and it will receive the answer from many large language models or transformers models, for example, and then it will make first of all a comparison between them, something from statistical library, I don't know, maybe some approximation, maybe, hard to say, and it will be trying to achieve this way that how to say, maybe it will check like Google is doing that, what people are asking for and how often, and what the best answer based on this result. So that it's this is something like that, and this is the way it can work in the future. So thank you very much.